Hey everybody out there, it's Seth and Paul with Everything Money. We welcome you back in. Today we're looking at Ocugen. This is a biopharmaceutical company based out of Pennsylvania. They specialize in retinal diseases, eye drugs, gene therapy, whatever all that means. Regardless, it's been spiking in the news lately with the stock price exploding. We want to look at the health of the company. We're going to use our 8-pillar analysis to look at like sort of a deep dive, not just the price of the stock, but what's behind it. Is this a buy? Is this a void? And as always, we welcome in my Lord and Savior, Paul Gabriel, the sweet Jesus, baby Jesus. You look like Jesus. You're from that area, aren't you?
Do I look like Jesus?
Yeah. The sort of the darker tones.
Do we know what Jesus looks like?
He probably looks like you.
Okay.
Welcome in, Paul.
So Seth just called me the Messiah. It's a little awkward. That's a lot of pressure on me.
Well, you're born in Iraq. Isn't that near Jerusalem?
It is. It's like, a hop, skip, and a jump.
See, there you go. I
The
knew
only
it.
thing I think Iraq has ever sent Jerusalem, those missiles. They have there's a lot of ill will there. I don't know why, because I love Israelis and Jewish people, but the homeland is not.
Should we get back on
Yeah, let's get back on track.
Ocugen, Paul? Pull it up there on the...
Seth, can I ask you a question?
Please do.
What did you do in revenue last year?
What did I do?
Yeah, between your businesses.
It was it was a down year, so maybe
of course.
2.5.
250,000?
Yeah.
Okay. This company in the last year did 42,000.
Great.
And it's worth 1.55 billion. Seth, are you worth 1.55 billion?
No, I'm worth probably 42 grand in revenue.
Yeah, so guys, let me ask you a question. Let's verify this. Actually, let me verify it with YCharts. Maybe our data's wrong.
Please do, because we don't want to look like fools. We're using the everythingmoney.com software you will get as a patron.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. Oh boy.
Actually, it is wrong. Yeah, no, they have, so the last 12 months,
Crickets.
there's no income.
Uh-oh, Paul.
They're not even showing income here. Look, it's going immediately to expenses.
Uh-oh.
So, guys, I don't know how much further we need to go.
This be a pretty short video.
This is a $1.55 billion company that, according to YCharts, has made $0 in revenue in the last year. According to our data, has pulled in $42,000 in revenue. Let me ask you a question out there.
But Paul, it's growing. It's going up, Paul. You're an idiot. You got to buy this, don't you?
I'm okay being an idiot not buying this. I'm okay this company going to $1 trillion not buying it. I will have zero FOMO not buying it, because for every company that's like this, if there's 1,000 of them, 999 of them will go to zero, and the one that makes it won't make you enough to make up for the other 999. I'm telling you that right now as a fact. You are going to lose a lot of money. In fact, I have a Patreon who's doing research for me right now to talk about all the tech companies in the 90s that either went bust or actually made it.
This is a Patreon members doing research for you?
Yes. Guys, this is crazy. I'm telling you right now that you've got to understand valuations. Not even valuations, understand reality. A company that's $0, do they even have contracts? Show me contracts that justify it. I don't know what's going on with this company. Seth, can you tell me?
Well, you're going to get blasted because why would you do a video on a company you don't know? And here's the key. I mean, why is that, Paul?
Well, let me ask you a question. For those who blast me about that, why would you buy a company for $1.55 billion that has $0 in revenue? And I guarantee you don't know anything about the company because you didn't even know it had $0 in revenue. I guarantee. Now, somebody out there is going to say, I knew. No, you didn't.
They're probably buying it because some YouTube person told them to.
Exactly. Some idiot YouTube person told you this is going to 10x. Congratulations. Every single one that said 10x has a single one happened. Of all the 10x's that you've seen on YouTube, have any of them happened?
Well, Tesla.
No, it didn't 10x yet.
Oh.
It's still only up 8 times.
Oh.
It didn't 10x yet? Okay, so the one that let's say that's the one that went up 10x. Mm-hmm. What about all the other ones?
I just don't know.
A lot of them are down. Forget about 10x, not even up. They're down.
Right.
And at the end of this whole mess, guys, companies like this are going to suffer very badly. This is photocopy of 2000. This is an absolute photocopy. Oh crap, here's another high-flying stock, but this time, instead of being driven by tech, it's driven by Reddit. It's driven by hype people. Seth, you said you recommend this company because you said you're in group chats where everybody's talking about this company.
No, it's worse than that, Paul. I'm in a chat of people who I would not consider educated investors at all. It's like a group of just very, very normal people. And I brought this up because you always say when normal people start talking about it,
it's probably a problem.
It's probably a problem.
And I don't mean that in an elitist way, guys. Please don't take it that way. If anything, I used to work at a car dealership in Toledo. And their joke was, don't give Paul the businessmen because the businessmen hate him. Give him the factory workers because he gets along so well with them. He gets along better with the average guy than the executive. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's absolutely true. And the reason being is the executives think they're actually bigger than they actually are. But these are normal people. Just think about everything in general. When I hear normal people talk about sports, I get annoyed because you don't know what goes on in terms of making it in the sports world. Why are you talking?
So the point of this is Ocugen stock could skyrocket in response to good news revolving around Covaxin, a coronavirus vaccine candidate in late-stage development. So if granted emergency use authorization, Ocugen would retain 45% of any profits generated by selling this in the United States.
Great.
So you're taking a chance on this company.
So how much do they have to sell in order to generate enough money to justify $1.5 billion value? What's the potential market on that one?
This year, Pfizer expects to report around $15 billion in top-line revenue from their vaccine.
Great. So would you rather buy Ocugen's vaccine or Pfizer's?
Well, again, it looks like Ocugen was so low that maybe we can get in early. This is not the gist
So it
of
has nothing to do with the company. It just has to do with hype. If you want to buy this thing for hype and trading, more power to you. But if you're talking about financials, you're talking about revenue, you're talking about profit, you immediately have to eliminate this company from your thought process. If you're about hype and all that stuff, and you're going to be a momentum investor with a proper system, more power to you. Go for it. But the second you talk about fundamentals, it becomes a fundamentals play, and this does not work on the fundamentals part. It could work long-term on the fundamentals part, but a lot of things have to fall into place. Usually companies like this that have no revenue are relying on one thing hitting. And we've already learned when you rely on one thing to happen. Guys, let me ask you a question. In your life, when you look 5 years back, are you doing today what you thought you were going to be doing 5 years from now?
Absolutely not.
Are you doing better?
I've been fired from 2 jobs in the last 5 years, Paul.
Okay. I look at it going, and some people would say, like, I'm doing better. Yeah, and I'm sure there are people doing better. Are you doing as well as you thought you would? No, I mean, come on. It's just, and you want to have a company that has all these things going on with so much competition, fierce competition, they're all just going to blow you out of the water and crush your numbers? Not very likely. Is it possible? Absolutely. Everything's possible. Everything in the world is possible. But is it probable?
They have in terms of the vaccine, they have competition from AstraZeneca, Novavax, and Johnson & Johnson released today. They're having a partnership with Merck, so maybe things are moving forward with them more. Obviously, we know a bunch of people getting this.
AstraZeneca, Merck, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer. Oh, but here's this really obscure company over here that we're going to sit there and put our money into? Like, really? This is the decision we're going to make?
Yeah, so Paul, maybe you need to double down the ideas. We don't think poorly about this company. I'm sure there's wonderful people there, and they're doing a great job with their chemistry and getting a vaccine out. It's just,
look at Warren
where am I going to put my money?
Look at Warren Buffett's annual report. In his recent letter, he talked about $11 billion write-down. I paid too much for this company. He immediately said, we have a phenomenal CEO at that company. I couldn't imagine anybody better working there. They're probably good people, but it doesn't mean the company can't be overpriced. You know why? Because the market determines the price, not the CEO. That's just the problem. They could be very wonderful people doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I'm not saying for sure that's the case, but it probably is the case. Because most people don't go around trying to manipulate and hurt people and all that stuff. But in terms of valuation, you have to make a decision. Are you the kind of person who pays $1.5 billion for zero revenue or very little revenue? The question is, if the answer is yes, more power to you. But don't go blaming other people and market manipulators and the suits when you lose a lot of money. Like the other people in these YouTube channels are saying, it's the suits' fault. No, it's not. Stop blaming the suits. Stop blaming them. And if all of a sudden the shark bites you when you're on a raft and you're shocked, of course the suit's gonna hurt you. They're after themselves. So be wary of that when you go invest in things like this. The second they can make more money off your back, they're going to. But don't blame them. Blame yourself. Learn. Come to us and learn from us. Join our Patreon. There's 1,130 people on Patreon or something like that that are all talking about investments all day. And they talk about hype a lot of times too. And our website will have momentum. It will talk about hype all the time. But right now we're focusing on fundamentals. And if fundamentals matter, you have to avoid this company. If hype matters, look into it. But come up with a system on how you buy hype companies. Don't just say, I'm going to buy. There are very good momentum trading systems out there that you can go learn, like turtle trading, to go understand how to buy things and make a lot of money. Do they take work? Absolutely. Making money should take work. It's simple. It's not easy. That's it.
If this speaks to you, feel free to click on the description below. You can find a link to our Patreon. As Paul said, we have over 1,100 members. It's incredible. You'll get your own Discord community. You'll get access to Paul, Trader Mo, myself, exclusive Patreon
And if you
videos.
think I'm a moron, hit the thumbs down button. I'm okay with that.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah. We
are giving away 2 Teslas. If you are a patron, you're automatically entered in the Tesla giveaway. 2 of our patrons will be driving Tesla Model 3s this year when we hit 50,000 and 100,000 subscribers, which is going to happen, Paul. It's very exciting. This is our take on Ocugen. Great company. We're not buying at the moment. You feel free to tell us we're wrong, but obviously this is just our opinion. But okay. That was it, Paul. 8 pillars, Ocugen. We'll see.
8 pillars.
8 pillars. 8 pillars failed us today.
Yeah. 8 pillars didn't exist today. Bye, guys.
See ya. Thanks.